the plan here was that I would make you do something, and once you did it because I asked you to, it'd be a power play move, and I'd be over you. And guess what? You did the thing. You did the thing, and now I'm not scared of you.
Do you feel in control, Quackity?
Yeah, I do feel in control. I feel in control of everything my destiny and everything I do. I feel in control of it. I feel in complete control of it. In fact, I am so in control of my destiny that I decided to go on a little jog right now, and I'm running, and all I'm doing is running because I decided to go on a jog.
Exercise is good.
Yeah, exercise is excellent.
Hey, Quackity, do you know how humans used to hunt in prehistoric times?
Yeah. I remember that.
See, humans have really good endurance. So,
yeah,
you know, they'd hunt prey that's faster than them, but the prey would like sprint and waste up all their endurance, and the humans would just kind of like they just keep up, just very slowly and steadily. They'd just follow.
What does that mean exactly?
And over time, their prey would get more and more tired, and they'd run out of energy, and then the humans would eat them. Isn't that interesting?
So interesting. It's so interesting. It's such a good thing that I'm a human Technoblade, isn't that right?
That's
because
true.
That means I have a lot of endurance. That means I have a lot of endurance. That's why I'm jogging right now, because I have a lot of endurance and I didn't like exercise. And this is why I'm jogging. This is why I'm jogging. But the best part about all this, you want to know what the best part about all this is? You want to know what the best part about this all is? Is the fact that stop!
Do you feel tired, Quackity?
I hope this won't sound impolite or come across as too forthright, but even though you seem alright, I think I'm better than you. Now please do keep this thought in mind, that's just my personal conviction. You're smart and fun, you're sweet and kind, I'd call our friendship an addiction. Your shoes are shine, your breath dolce, but still I find I have to say I think I might be better than you.
You seem impressed with what you've shown, but I don't find it that compelling. You've sung my praise, but not your own, and well, I think that's pretty telling. But while we're on the subject of how I'm superb and leagues above, you ought to know I'm #1. I know that might be hard to swallow. This hurts you just as much as me. But when this song is sung, then you and I'll know that you're just a nobody.
Well, friend, I don't know what to say.
Try starting with your resignation.
Let's end this in the finale.
I'm dying from anticipation.
You really great, but let me say you denigrate.
really
Seem to hate the fact I break to advocate before I can asphyxiate. I think I might be better than you. Don't hate me because it's true.
So
Just
watch
know
as I identify the skills show. I qualify like keeping off this camp charade and drinking kids to drink Kool-Aid to sacrifice them. Oh, we.
You are our friend, and you know what? Tommy,
friendship.
you never thought of me as a friend, Tommy.
But once in your life, listen to me. You were my
I listened to you for weeks. What did you do? You went back to Tubbo, the guy that exiled you, that chose his country over you.
People are above the government.
I'm a person.
If we don't, you are, Tenno, and so are we. The discs. The reason the discs is because they were stolen from me. Nothing is.
Discs aren't people.
You're selfish.
All of these problems are because of your government.
You're as bad as the government, Technoblade.
Hey, remember when I was sitting there alone against the whole government, and you and Wilbur just sat there on the sidelines and watched? Did you step in? Did you step in? Were you guys the ones that stepped in and said, "Don't worry, Technoblade. We know you're in a high-pressure situation, but we'll fight the world for you, Technoblade"? No, you guys watched. You know what I did yesterday when you were surrounded by like 30 people, the whole world was against you? I walked in. I was willing to fight all of them for you, Tommy. I would have been there. That is the difference between us.
We spent hours together.
Don't speak to me of loyalty.
What the hell are you doing here?
Did you really think, Quackity, that you could kill me that easily?
How did you do it? How did you even do that?
You know what? I've got a lot to say. I was gonna say it at the trial, but we got a little bit interrupted, Quackity. You know, I tried convincing you guys that government was not the answer. The government was actually the cause of all your problems. All right? I tried to convince you guys by fighting alongside you as brothers, and you just cast me aside. You used me. I tried to use force, but you still formed the government. And when I went into hiding, when I retired, when I swore off violence, you hunted me down. You hurt my friends.
You don't understand, Techno. You don't understand what we're trying to build here. This is not a simple anarchy thing, right? Techno, you really think I give a shit about the Withers? No. No. You are on the hit list, Techno. What we have over there is a country, and what we need here is organization and power. And I don't care how long it fucking takes me, or what I have to do to get you, Techno. I'm going to fucking kill you. You're on the fucking hit list. I'm going to kill you, Technoblade.
I just have one question, Quackity.
What do you have?
Do you think you're enough to kill me, even unarmed, with iron armor?
You know what? Let's fucking find out, you son of a bitch.
Get
Fuck
outta
you.
here.
Oh,
Get
fuck
outta
you.
here.
Oh, now you have to use
Get
potions,
outta here.
motherfucker.
I have a pickaxe, and
No,
I'll
you
put
don't.
it through
No, you
your
don't.
teeth. I'll put it through your teeth, Quackity.
You have done so much fucking damage to everything we've been building all a fucking long, Techno. And if there's one PvP that I'm planning to win, it's this one. So don't even fucking try me. Come on, let's go, let's go.
Watch your form. Good.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Now we've got the pleasantries out of the way, please leave my house.
Your house?
Yes, didn't you see the peak on the front door?
What do you want, Shen?
What is rightfully mine. Gongman City!
Gongmen is under the stewardship of the Master's Council, and we will protect it, even from you.
I'm so glad you feel that way. Otherwise, I'd have dragged that here for nothing.
What's in the box, Shen?
You want to see it? It's a gift. Oh, it's your parting gift. In that it will part you. Part of you here, part of you there, and part of you way over there, staining the wall.
You insolent fool!
Show off.
That is a warning. You are no match for our kung fu.
I agree. But this is.
Violence does call me, I've answered before. I've made many enemies, I've settled my scores. But I did grow weary and I settled down and proudly bore the weight of my crown. I lived on my lonesome away in the far, where there was no violence to trouble my heart. I'd hung up my sword and I'd raised up my hoe, and I lied as I said that I never would go. But came a cry from a man that I'd known, someone to whom rare compassion I'd shown, and so I opened up my door to the man who promised me blood and war. Oh, woe to thee, ye people of order, I hope your homes continue to smolder, and that you never rise again and leave me be and leave my friends. I followed him far to a distant land, where he had been exiled by one single man. His horns they were wicked, his power was great, and you looked in his eyes and were swallowed by hate. He took me to shelter his humble abode, a pitiful cavern his comrades called home. He handed me bedding and bid me adieu, and I sat and I pondered on what I should do. For I crave violence, I crave to be free from the people who wish to control me. Yes, I believe in anarchy's reign, and I know that dictators only bring pain. Oh, woe to thee, ye people of order, I hope your homes continue to smolder, and that you never rise again and leave me be and leave my friends. I prepared for battle, I hoarded and schemed, but I did not know all was not what it seemed. My allies unstable, their loyalty thin. Yes, we would have victory, but what would we win? The battle was chaos, blood roared in my ears. A chain of explosions, they looked up with fear. They set up a leader and shouted hoorays, and I shuddered and realized that I'd been betrayed. Is this what you want? Corruption and power? Well, I won't stand for it. This is my hour now. I release my beasts upon thee, and I laughed in pain as I watched them all flee. Oh, woe to thee, ye people of order, I hope your homes continue to smolder, and that you never rise again. And woe to those that called me a friend. I fled until silence was all I could hear. The voices once screaming now hummed in my ears. The cold, it was lonely, but I was alone, and I promised that I'd not let blood taint my home. But then came a message from my only friend, or warrior hide, or else this is the end. They bound up my wings and they hunt for your head. They promised me justice, but they'll see you dead. They came to me with an armed battalion and held an axe to my innocent stallion and said, now it is your turn to bow. See how the king has fallen now. They raised an anvil and laid me below. They thought to crush me painful and slow, but I did live and I did flee, and I put my pick through the butcher's teeth. Oh, woe to thee, ye people of order, I hope your homes continue to smolder, and that you never rise again. And woe to those that called me a friend.
Turned around slow. They said, you ain't welcome round here anymore. You just might as well go. You wiped the blood from his face as he slowly came to his knees. You said, I'll be back when you least expect it. And hell's coming with me. Hell's coming. There is a hill at the bottom of the valley where all the poor souls go when they die. And if you listen real close, you can hear them like a ghost saying you're never gonna make it out alive. There is a town at the bottom of that hill. They got a secret that they keep like a slave. They got a black magic creature, and you do well to let them teach her. You'll be headed up that hill to First there was fire, then there was smoke. Then that preacher man was hanging by a rope. And then they all fell to their knees and begged that drifter, begged him please, as he raised his fist before he spoke. I am the righteous hand of God, and I am the devil that you forgot. And I told you one day you will see that I'll be back, I guarantee. And that hell's coming, hell's coming, hell's coming with me.
You went back to Tubbo, the guy that exiled you, that chose his country over you.
Or above the government.
I'm a person! Discs aren't people! You've used me from the start, Tommy! You betrayed me like 12 times! You've never thought of me as a friend, Tommy. You've just used me from the start. You saw me just as the Blade. That's all I was to you, the Blade. I was willing to fight all of them for you, Tommy. I would have been there.
수저 더럽대 I don't care 마이크 잡은 금수저 여러 배 버럭해 잠못 익은 것들 새끼 여러 개 거두벌 씹어 죽겠다 에이 저녁에 Work best name 핵심 섭외 else me 맥진 많지 않지 이 클래스 같이 많기 동향의 악진 반칙 마이크 던진 마이크 던진 black 던진 난 알 것 같았겠지만 I'm fine sorry 미안해 billboard 미안해 worldwide 아들이 너무 잘 나가서 미안해 엄마